A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David, looking out on miserable weather here. It finally decided to rain. We've got the pre-frontal, I suppose, the worst of it. We've just received a weather watch or weather warning from the Met Service, 5 p.m. until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Very heavy rain as the frontal system comes over us, but that's all right. We've got most of what we wanted done today. No boats leaving, of course, with the departing high and the north winds, so it's a very peaceful day radio-wise, except for the couple of boats that are nearing the end of their passage. So at the moment, as I mentioned, heavy rain here, 18 degrees, so it's pretty good getting this northerly wind. 10 knots it is here. 1018 on the bar, so way down from what it has been, and of course 100% cloud cover, so just grey and miserable. It's Memorial Day in the USA coming up there Monday tomorrow, so that will be a good day for them, hopefully, being sort of the start of summer. We have just a bit of news for anybody who wants visitors now that you're up in the lovely islands. Air New Zealand have a sale on all of the islands at the moment, New Zealand to the various island groups, but it's only for a couple of days. It finishes on the 28th of May. So hopefully if anyone is planning to visit you, they know to get their fares booked within the next couple of days. Pretty decent. Well, I suppose it's decent, better than normal anyway. Hopefully Seeker arrived today in Bundaberg. They're still not on AIS, but I was just looking at the AIS for the two boats. We've got Colfie has left Minerva for Savu Savu. I don't think they're going to be on, but I'll call them shortly. But I do have a position because there has been a satellite pass for them and Kumo just a short while ago, so that's good. Shandon getting very close, 187 miles to run. Shandon at 5 p.m. was at 1955 south, 17848 east. He didn't mention whether he'd got the autopilot working or not. 000 magnetic, 5+ knots with a southeast 7. So there's a bit of a difference. The further north it is lighter. We'll be interested to hear Kumo, and I'll give them a call now. Kumo, Gulf Harbour Radio.
Gulf Harbour Radio, this is Kumo. You're not as clear as usual, but workable, I think.
That's interesting because I'm certainly putting out a lot of power according to the meter here, but it is heavy rain, so maybe it's getting lost en route to you. So, yeah, we'll be interested in your report tonight, David. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll just ask you to repeat that. 2006 south and 17924 east. Are you going to Savu Savu? It just looked like on the AIS that you had changed course a bit. Are you now going to Savu Savu? Over?
Yes, the thing was 17904 east, and affirmative the Savu Savu. We always were.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. Yeah, carry on. Over.
Okay. Our course is 356.
Yes. I seem to have lost you. All I've got is 356. So if you could confirm that is true course, not magnetic. I'm just a little bit confused here. And just carry on with your speed and weather conditions. Over.
Okay, sorry, that was a magnetic, 357 magnetic.
Uh-huh. So that explains that. Okay, that explains my confusion there. Alrighty, 357 magnetic, carry on.
Okay, we're doing 5 knots. The wind is 10.
David, you've keep cutting out on me. If you could repeat your wind and sea conditions, please.
Okay, the wind is 10 knots, 10 knots from the southeast. We have a 1 meter swell. We have had a sunny afternoon with no squalls, and we now have about 50% cloud coverage.
Well, that sounds like a nice day for you guys on your way to Savu Savu. 10 knots of southeast wind, 1 meter swell, sunny, and no squalls, but it's now about 70% cloud cover. So now that I've got your destination, I'll just ask David, what's tomorrow looking like? A bit light?
It's lighter.
Yeah, it does get lighter tomorrow, but well, I guess that's what the engine's for, and it looks like with that small swell, the crew will not be too concerned. So have a good night. Over.
Okay, yeah, we've seen the same Celtic wind. We had the cruising shoot up most of the afternoon because about days we had 8 knots. We're expecting the same or less tomorrow and probably put the engine off the final leg.
Yep. Oh, it's always good to have the shoot up, isn't it? It's it's a very cheerful way to end the trip. So really enjoyable with those conditions. Okay. That sounds good, and Shandon will be getting much the same. But I will clear with you and pass the microphone. I'll just see if I can copy Colfie. Colfie, Gulf Harbour. No, nothing heard there. Their transmitter's not working, but they left Minerva yesterday. 22 degrees 59 south, 17909 west, and they're steering a course of 007 true, 5.8 knots. According to the GFS, they've got southeast 15, but David thinks it might be a bit higher, but nothing dramatic. So good evening to you guys, and that's about it. I don't think we'll copy Seeker because he'll be a little bit. Well, I better give him a chance. Seeker, Gulf Harbour. Yeah, nothing heard. Once they get up there in that river area, it's very, very difficult. Okay, I'm going to pass the microphone, and then if there is anybody else, we'll catch up after David's finished.
Okay, good evening to our listeners today. Weather for New Zealand, the North Island, very poor, as a small low has developed nearly over Cape Reinga. However, of main interest is our strong high, very slowly moving eastward. The center will be near 35 south and 155 west by tomorrow. That's the center. However, there is a polar dip that is on the northwest corner, and a short trough is developing there, and that will turn into a weak low at around 30 south and 170 west on Wednesday. This is going to happen on Wednesday. So, also on Wednesday, we see hardly any isobars from 170 east all the way over to 160 west, and from 15 south to 30 south. What a difference a day makes, from gale force winds to no wind. Something else, that's something else, isn't it? However, before Wednesday, yes, we still have wind. Fiji Met does call for strong winds in the Lau group, but for the rest of Fiji, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots through tomorrow. And between the Lau and Samoa, a very weak low develops with associated weather, of course, and a trough from that low runs through Tongatapu, then southeastward from there. Now, to the northeast of all of this, more troughs have developed and will develop all the way up to the northern coast. However, all of this starts to clear tomorrow, early tomorrow. So that's good news. Now, for those still left in Minerva, looks like it was a bit windy today, as those of you that are there would know. South to southeast, about 15 to 20, rising 25 to 30 at times, but easing tonight. Now, tomorrow, it all drops to about 10 to 15 knots. And for Wednesday, conditions, well, they'll be perfect for finally exploring the reef. Probably southeast 10 to 15. So have fun if you're still there. On Thursday, expect northerlies to develop from the west side of our departing high. So those of you that want to head north, I'm afraid, are going to be faced with those northerlies. And that pretty much sums it up. Can't think of anything else. So with that, I'll pass it over to the chief.
Yes, nothing much more from me either. It's going to be very quiet for a while once these couple of boats get in, because there's no sense in anybody leaving New Zealand at the moment. So we'll be on, but boy, there's not much to talk about. Maybe we'll have a weather lesson. Who knows? But not tomorrow, because David's going to the dentist. All right. Is there anybody wanting to make contact? Please call.
Harbour Radio. This is Sahula. David and Lynn on Sahula. Over.
Yeah, very good evening, Lynn. It's pretty good copy from you, and I'll be interested to see where you are on your trip to Australia. Go ahead, over.
Hello, and good evening to you. We're at 2921 South. 167.47 east. We're under engine at 6 knots with a light southwest, 9/10 cloud cover, and our course is 330 degrees magnetic. We're trying to work north. Over.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll just repeat it in a minute. But whereabouts are you going to make landfall? Over.
We hope to make landfall at Bundaberg. Well, actually, the stranger sits on trying to see the site. But a bit concerned about a big pressure area to the west of us. Predict wind says it's going to hit us tomorrow night and Thursday. That's when we're heading north. Over.
Roger that. Okay, David is just having a look now. Sahula with Lynn and David on board. 2921 South, 16747 East. It's very light southwesters at the moment, so the engine is on. They are heading 330 magnetic, 6 knots, and the cloud cover is 9/10. But I tell you what, you wouldn't want to be here at the moment, Lynn. We've got this weather watch or weather warning all night until 6 o'clock. I'll just pass the microphone so that David can have a look at what lies ahead based on what he's looking at.
Yeah, hello, Lynn. Good to hear from you again. And, well, tomorrow looks like a pretty good day, as you probably have seen on your models. And Wednesday is not a good day. And you're right, that is when the low strikes Sakula. And you're going to get quite a bit of wind in this. So your northwest force is a good idea, but I don't think you're going to escape it. So just batten down the hatches, and once it goes past, then things will be pretty good. I'm looking at when it's going to go past.
Keep your voice up.
Late Thursday into Friday, southwest winds, fairly light to moderate. So it's going to be beautiful sailing on Friday, but not earlier. So you're going to be faced with that depression, I'm afraid. So that's sailing. Over.
Well, that's what evening 2 is all about. Little bit soft and light it up. Thanks, and I hope all's well. Over.
Yep, and yeah, it's good to keep in touch with you in the morning and in the evening. And just for the benefit of anybody else, if you are ham radio operators, you can join in at 9 o'clock New Zealand time, 2100 UTC on 14315 in the morning. So we'll look forward to talking to you again tomorrow morning, Lynn. And yeah, that's what sailing's all about, particularly going from New Zealand to Oz. At this time of the year, it's always a bit of a gnarly problem, isn't it? And it's the same coming back the other way, I might add. There's a boat up, well, it's not up the road, but the crew are up the road waiting to go back to Brisbane to bring their boat back this way. So it's just been a bit difficult in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, stay safe out there. Hello to David, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good night, Lynn.
Good night, and thank you. Over and out.
Roger that. Is there anybody else for Gulf Harbour Radio? No, nothing heard. So we'll be back again tomorrow, folks. If you want the frequency, it is all yours.